Season 3, Episode 12, aka the Grand Finale. Registration and warranty. Installation complete. Identity confirmed. Queenship activated. Sis, imagine purchasing the most advanced operating system ever created, installing every update, removing every virus, restoring every corrupted file, activating every security feature, only to walk away without ever claiming ownership. Millions of people register their phones, their laptops, their vehicles, their homes, yet they spend an entire lifetime never registering themselves. Mm. Never claiming ownership of their own identity, never activating the life they were born to live. Beautiful queen. What if your greatest transformation was never becoming someone new? What if it was simply remembering that your identity has always belonged to you? For 11 episodes, you've journeyed through the SHENIXPWR Operating System. You awakened your core power unit. You performed a system scan. You exposed fearware. You recognized hidden malware. You removed trauma viruses. You installed security patches. You activated your firewall. You restored your womb operating system. You installed Queenship-Level system updates. You reset your interpersonal address. You activated your queenship. Now there's only one sacred step remaining: registration, ownership, warranty, bundled all in one. Welcome, sis, to the beginning of the rest of your life. At this time, grab that sacred journal, that amazing and beautiful pen, some water to hydrate, or that delicious glass of wine or a healthy smoothie, or some hot herbal tea, and get ready to lean in, receive, and be ascended to the next level into who you truly have always been. Incoming vibration. Grand rising womb sis stars worldwide. Welcome to the season 3 finale of the SHENIXPWR podcast, where women remember her, rise beyond, reign authentically. I am Honor Parrish, founder of Shiro Inspires LLC, creator of the SHENIXPWR Operating System, and your womb conductress. Today is unlike any episode we've ever shared, because today we do not begin another lesson. We complete a sacred installation. Over the past 11 episodes, you've done something extraordinary. You didn't simply listen, you participated, you reflected, you released, you restored, you rebuilt piece by piece, layer by layer, breath by breath. You courageously dismantled the internal architecture of survival. Not because survival made you weak, but because survival was never meant to become your permanent residence. It was only a bridge, sis. And today, you cross into a new way of living, not as a woman searching for herself, but as a woman who has remembered. Today, we officially register the woman you've become. Incoming vibration. Beautiful queen, sis star, dear inner Shiro. Before we move forward, I invite you to pause. Take one slow breath. And then another. Allow yourself to remember who you were when this journey began. Perhaps you arrived exhausted, quietly carrying burdens no one could see. Perhaps you had mastered the art of functioning while silently forgetting yourself. Perhaps you were wearing titles instead of living your truth. Or perhaps you simply knew there had to be more. Wherever you began, look how far you've traveled. Not because someone rescued you, because you chose to return to your amazing, authentic self. Let's remember this sacred journey one final time. We began by awakening your core power unit. You discovered that your greatest source of power was never external. It has always lived within. Then you performed a system scan. For the first time, you courageously examined the thoughts, beliefs, habits, relationships, and emotional programs running quietly beneath the surface. Awareness became your first act of liberation. Next, you encountered Fearware detection. You learned that fear is not identity. Fear is software installed through experiences, repeated through conditioning, but never permanent. Then came malware recognition. You identified every external influence, every unhealthy attachment, every inherited belief that had been consuming your energy without permission. With courage, you entered trauma virus removal, not to erase your story, but to remove the corruption that convinced you your wounds were your identity. You honored your past without allowing it to define your future. Then you installed security patches. The places where you once leaked peace, confidence, energy, love, and self worth began to heal. You strengthened what life had weakened. After healing came protection, firewall activation. You discovered that boundaries are not walls, they are wisdom, not rejection, but sacred discernment. Then everything changed. You restored your womb operating system. Not because something new was downloaded, but because something ancient was remembered. Your original design, your sacred blueprint, the woman beneath every wound. Next came system updates. You consciously replaced outdated programming with Queenship-Level commands. No longer operating from fear, but from truth. No longer reacting, but responding. No longer surviving, but embodying. Then you reset your interpersonal address. No longer broadcasting from fear, shame, chaos, or self abandonment. Your new address became love, peace, stability, determination. The world did not change, you did. And in episode 11, you experienced Queenship Activation. Not a title, not a crown, not perfection, but sacred embodiment. You stopped asking, who do I need to become? And finally remembered, I already know who I am. Beautiful queen. Do you see it now? Do you feel it now? Stand up right now. Face the east, wherever you are, and just bathe in gratitude in this moment as we are individually and collectively celebrating. Mm. This season was never about fixing you because you were never broken. It wasn't about becoming worthy because your worth existed before anyone questioned it. It wasn't about creating a new identity. It was about removing everything that convinced you weren't already enough. Every episode, every breath, every breakthrough, every tear, every moment of reflection has led you right here in this sacred moment. This sacred threshold, not the ending, the commissioning. Today, you are no longer a participant in the SHENIXPWR Operating System. You are its living expression. You are the evidence that identity can be restored, that trauma does not have the final word, that healing is possible, that authenticity is powerful. That queenship is embodied. One decision, one boundary, one courageous act, one sacred breath at a time. Take another deep breath, sis. Feel your heartbeat. That rhythm has carried you from survival to sovereignty, from forgetting to remembering, from hiding to shining, from merely existing to fully living. And before this sacred journey concludes, there is one final step, not a lesson, not another update, a sacred ceremony, one that will forever mark the day you consciously claimed ownership of the woman you have become. Welcome to your registration. Welcome home. Incoming frequency. The SHENIXPWR experience from the inside out. Beautiful queen, again, welcome home. I salute you. I celebrate you in love and gratitude and blessings. Well, when I say welcome home, not to a place, not to a title, not to perfection. Welcome home to yourself. Sis, take another slow breath, then another. Allow your shoulders to soften. Allow your heart to settle. Allow your spirit to simply be. There is nothing left to prove, nothing left to perform, nothing left to earn. The woman standing here today is enough. She always has been. Today, we honor her. We honor her, right? So transformation isn't measured by information. Transformation is measured by embodiment. That is why the SHENIXPWR Operating System was never created to become another podcast, another workbook, another course, another motivational message. It was created to become an experience that begins within and echoes throughout every area of your life in this lifetime. This is the SHENIXPWR experience. Sis, I need you to lean into this one. Actively engaged, actively listening. Sis, you know what? You listen. Not simply with your ears, but with your heart. Every episode became an invitation, not to collect information, but to awaken remembrance. Every revelation was a key. Every breakthrough opened another sacred door. So guess what time it is, sis? It's time to reflect. Then you slow down. You became curious. You stopped running from yourself. You looked inward with compassion instead of criticism. You questioned beliefs that were never yours. You honored emotions without allowing them to define you. Reflection became your sacred mirror because awareness always precedes transformation. Now, sis, you about to become really, 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 really excited because it is time to activate, right? So we already know that knowledge alone never changes a life. Embodiment does. You didn't simply hear the truth, you practiced it. You installed it. You lived it. You chose courage over comfort, peace over performance, discernment over people pleasing, purpose over survival. Every decision became another activation until one day, you realize you weren't pretending anymore. You had become her. So naturally, where? Oh, and now your transformation receives a sacred witness. Not because healing requires jewelry, but because every sacred journey deserves a tangible reminder, a symbol, a touchstone, a covenant, something your hands can hold when life invites you to forget. Incoming frequency. The Remember, Rise, Reign Activation Bracelet. Today, I invite you to place your SHENIXPWR Activation Bracelet order. If you don't already have one, it's time. And there will be an opportunity at the end of this sacred episode slash grand finale. Just imagine and visualize a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bracelet with three particular stones. Tiger's eye, which represents remember. Blue apatite represents rise. And amethyst represents rain, surrounded by sacred black lava beads and gold's accents. Now, just imagine having that in the palms of your hands. Don't rush it. Sacred pause. Either look at it or visualize it. This is not simply a bracelet. It is the sacred heirloom of a woman who chose herself. It represents every fear she faced, every boundary she established, every truth she reclaimed, every tear she honored, every limitation she released, every sacred decision that brought her back home. Long after this podcast ends, this bracelet remains not as decoration, as declaration. One day, it may be passed to a daughter, a granddaughter, a niece, a sister, or another woman standing where you once stood. Not because of what it costs, but because of what it carries. It carries your story. It carries your courage. It carries your becoming. Today, sis, it becomes your sacred heirloom. The sacred activation ceremony. Hold the bracelet or visualize holding it between both hands. Close your eyes. Take one slow, intentional breath. Imagine every episode surrounding you, every lesson, every breakthrough, every prayer, every moment you chose not to give up. Now imagine a beautiful golden light flowing from your heart through your hands into the bracelet. Not because the bracelet possesses power, because you do. It simply becomes a reminder of the power you have remembered. As you gently place it upon your wrist, repeat these words slowly. I do not wear this bracelet to become someone else. I wear it because I have remembered who I am. Sacred pause. This bracelet is my daily reminder to choose alignment before reaction, truth, before fear, peace, before chaos, love, before limitation, presence, before performance. Every time I see it, I will remember. Every time I touch it, I will breathe. Every time I wear it, I will live from the woman I have become. Sacred pause. Take one more breath. Feel your wrist. Feel your heartbeat. And dive into your womb. Feel this moment. Because from this day forward, this bracelet is no longer an accessory. It is your sacred witness. Oh, man. Absolutely amazing. I really wish that everyone listening right now can feel what I'm feeling. The increased frequency, the overflow of love. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Dear inner Shiro, beautiful queen, please stand if you are able. Swiftly place one hand over your heart and the other over your womb. Lift your head, open your shoulders, breathe deeply. Now declare with conviction, I remember my truth. I rise beyond survival. I reign with authenticity. I reclaim my identity. I reclaim my voice. I reclaim my worth. I reclaim my visibility. I reclaim my leadership. I reclaim my sovereignty. I honor my womb as sacred. I protect my peace. I trust my wisdom. I embody discernment. I choose courage. I embrace compassion. I cultivate integrity. I walk in purpose. I live in alignment. I no longer seek permission to become who I already am. I no longer negotiate my worth. I no longer apologize for taking up sacred space. I choose authenticity over performance, love over fear, peace over chaos, stability over uncertainty, determination over surrender. Today, I consciously remember. Today, I intentionally rise. Today, I courageously reign. I am the living expression of the SHENIXPWR Operating System. My life becomes my testimony. My presence becomes my legacy. My light becomes an invitation for other women to remember theirs. And from this moment forward, I will continue to dismantle the tunnel and become the light. I remember, I rise, I reign, and so it is. Let's take a sacred pause. That was amazing. Did you receive it? Did anything come up? A word, a phrase, a memory, a person? Jot it down. Reflect on it later as we are gearing up to close. I have one final invitation, not to purchase, not to costume, but to commemorate. Transformation deserves remembrance. Milestones deserve witnesses. Sacred moments deserve symbols. That is why I created the SHENIXPWR Remember, Rise, Reign Activation Bracelet, not as jewelry, as a sacred heirloom, a daily reminder that your greatest transformation did not happen around you. It happened within you. Every bead, every color, every detail echoes the journey you've traveled. Remember, you reclaimed your identity. You awakened the truth of who you have always been. Rise. You released survival. You chose healing. You embraced courage. Reign. You now lead with authenticity, purpose, discernment, and embodied queenship. Every time you fasten this bracelet around your wrist, roll it up, touch it, carry it with you, it does not matter. It's the intention, which hint, that's our superpower. Let it become your daily reset. A quiet reminder to what? Pause, to breathe, to realign, and to choose the woman you have remembered. One day, this bracelet may become more than your story. It may become your daughter's reminder, your granddaughter's inheritance, your sister's encouragement, your friend's new beginning, because sacred heirlooms don't merely survive generations, they carry transformation through them. Today, you have the opportunity to begin that legacy. Sis, incoming frequency. Registration. Every authentic operating system must be registered. Not because registration creates value, because it acknowledges ownership. Today, I invite you to consciously register the most extraordinary creation you will ever steward. Your life. Repeat after me. Today, I claim ownership of my life. I accept full responsibility for my healing, my growth, my peace, my purpose. I honor my past without living inside it. I honor my present by fully showing up. I honor my future by walking in alignment. I registered my identity not with the world, but within my own heart. I remember who I am. I rise beyond survival. I reign authentically. From this day forward, I choose to live fully awake, fully present, fully aligned. My identity is registered. My queenship is activated. My life is my greatest masterpiece. Incoming frequency, your eternal warranty. Now, allow me to share something I hope you never, ever forget. Every manufacturer offers a warranty. Some last 30 days, some 1 year, some expire when conditions change. But there is one warranty that has never expired. The warranty placed upon your life before you ever took your first breath. No betrayal could cancel it. No trauma could void it. No divorce could erase it. No diagnosis could diminish it. No rejection, no rejection could invalidate it. No mistake could revoke it. No setback could rewrite it. The world may have questioned your value, but your original design, sacred, has never been under review. Your worth has never required approval. Your sacred identity has never been lost, only waiting to be remembered. Beautiful queen, your warranty is eternal. Not because life will never challenge you, but because your authentic identity can never be separated from the truth of who you are. Whenever life becomes uncertain, return to your operating system, return to your breath, return to your wisdom, return to your bracelet, return to yourself. Tap into your womb and extract and remember the wisdom. You already possess everything necessary to begin again every single time. Incoming frequency, your commission. As you leave this season, remember, the SHENIXPWR Operating System was never designed to end with a podcast. It was designed to become a way of living. When you speak, may women hear hope. When you lead, may others experience integrity. When you heal, may generations receive freedom. When you remember yourself, may someone else finally remember herself. Become the woman whose presence feels like permission, whose peace becomes contagious, whose authenticity becomes transformational, whose compassion restores courage, whose light quietly reminds the world that healing is possible. Go and live what you've installed. Incoming frequency. The unforgettable farewell of season 3, the Shenix Operating System. Beautiful Queen, 12 episodes ago, you arrived carrying invisible weight, questions without answers, dreams without direction, strength without rest, hope hidden beneath survival. Together, we awakened your core power unit. We scanned your internal landscape. We exposed Fearware. We recognized malware. We removed trauma viruses. We strengthened your security patches. We activated your firewall. We restored your womb operating system. We installed Queenship-Level system updates. We reset your interpersonal address. We anchored your sacred identity through Queenship Activation. And today, you claimed ownership of the woman you have remembered. This journey has never been about becoming someone extraordinary. It was about uncovering the extraordinary woman who has always lived within you. The podcast was never the destination, it was the installation. The episodes were never the transformation, you were. So if life ever whispers that you are too late, too broken, too wounded, or too small, place your hand over your heart, feel your breath, touch your bracelet, and remember, you have already installed everything necessary to live as the woman you were destined to become. Never forget, your greatest credential is not your resume. It is your restoration. Your greatest title is not what the world gives you. It is the woman you choose to embody. And your greatest legacy will never be measured by what you accumulated. It will be remembered by how many women found themselves because you had the courage to first find yourself. So walk boldly, love deeply, lead wisely, rest intentionally, speak truthfully, protect your peace, honor your womb, trust your discernment, live your purpose. And whenever the world grows dark, don't become the tunnel, become the light. Continue to remember her, rise beyond, reign authentically. This is Honor Parrish, founder of Shiro Inspires LLC, creator of the SHENIXPWR Operating System, and your womb conductress. Thank you for allowing me to walk beside you. The installation is complete. The registration is confirmed. The warranty is eternal. Your queenship is activated. Welcome home. Now go live your light. Until we meet again, remember, rise and reign. We will reconnect in season 4. Super grateful and excited and sending each and every one of you love. Peace.